5 minutes after 8 o'clock at the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Jim Hunter and Tommy Lang, and a preseason appearance by Iowa Heartlanders marketing guru and announcer David Fine.
Thank you for calling me a guru. First time in my life. That's a big positive. 8 a.m. on a Wednesday for me.
Well, Jim is good with words.
Yeah, he knows how to warm up a guest for sure.
Yeah, well, you do the same thing out in the field and doing all your things, and people are getting excited, of course, for Iowa football, but they'll be down in the Iowa River Landing this weekend for Fry Fest, and Extreme Arena is not that far away.
Yeah, we'll be at Fry Fest. Come by, shoot some pucks, and get some merch and see what we have going on. Basically, guys, the next few weeks and obviously the next few months it's Hawkeye football. Like I'm in support of them. I'm ready for the game this weekend as well. All of our staff's really excited. About half of our staff went to the University of Iowa, but in about a month or a month and a half, we're getting going and we're excited. And I'd say the biggest thing that we've been working on this summer, we're a couple weeks away from getting the promo schedule out, but we listened a lot last year to, and some even comments from when I was on the show. I remember one caller called in and talked about, kids deals. And this year we have, like a Little Landers Kids Club that it comes with a bunch of things, and making sure that the promo nights are as complete as possible. But the biggest thing, if there's anything that you're listening to know about what's going on with us right now, is that we sold out our last game of last year. It was amazing. First time in Extreme Arena history, the building's been sold out, just under 5,000 people. And we're going to do that 5 times this year. That's our goal this year. There's 5 Saturday games, pretty much one a month. We start mid-October and we end in April. And our goal this year is once a month we're going to sell out. And we've tied promo nights around this. Our first Saturday home game, we're doing a crispy bacon night. We're doing a wild Midwest night, a Landers Stick It to Cancer night, and then our fan appreciation night. Those are the 5 nights this year where everything is going to be heightened. It's going to be a game production experience that you honestly do not want to miss. And if you went to the last game of last year, it's going to be even bigger and better than what you saw. We're doing pregame block parties and pregame parties at the Hyatt before every one of these. So we're really excited for that. And hey, that's if you haven't been yet to Extreme Arena, we're about to start our 4th season now. And tickets start at $15. So for those games, those are truly the 5 games where if you've never been, come see what it's all about and come to one of those 5 games this year. So those are available for purchase right now, those 5 big games. And then, hey, if you want to wait and see what the promo schedule looks like in a few weeks when we announce it, just after Labor Day, then feel free to wait a little bit longer. But I'm encouraging you to take a look at those 5 games we're talking about.
All of the media people I've talked to about that last game who were there, and we're not the marketing people, so we don't know, but not just selling it out, but to have the kind of game the team had and playing a great game, high scoring. I mean, that's got to fuel some interest coming into the next season, I would think.
Yeah, so it was a 7-4 final. There were multiple fights. The final 2 minutes of that game were crazy because we put it away. We scored a goal to go up instead of 6-4. Now it's 7-4. Okay, you're up 3 goals with 2 minutes left. And then we sent out our tough guy, Nico Blatchman, who will be back this year, and we're very excited to get back. And he basically, if you've ever seen a demolition derby where one truck just dominates the rest of them and just destroys all of them, essentially, he basically was a heat-seeking missile for about the next minute. And it ended with the goalie on the other team getting frustrated and kind of stepping out to try to confront him for a second. And he didn't have enough time to slow down, and he kind of plowed into him by accident. Yeah. Oops. And that created even more chaos, and the coaches were yelling at each other. I mean, it was just crazy. And I've never seen at Extreme Arena for a Heartlanders game basically it was 5,000 people screaming at one team, screaming at the Kansas City team to go off and go home and enjoy your off season, all this stuff. And it was kind of funny as a person who's seen a lot of hockey before, but it was so entertaining. And we were as a staff on cloud nine for about the next week and a half, just talking about like how the heck, it was just a perfect night with the high scoring and the pregame block party and all the entertainment, and then to have the game, like you said, that the team played was awesome.
Do you think that block party was a big part of getting that sellout?
Yes, it was.
I had a great time. We went out there and enjoyed some food and stuff, and I know they had some beverages.
I want you to take a guess, Tommy, about a month before when we planned it. Take a guess how many people we thought would show up to the block party.
You've told me this before, that you thought it would be like maybe 200.
But 500 was
500, I'm sorry.
We had 2,500 people for essentially a tailgate block party where we shut down a couple blocks in the Iowa River landing, and we had local food vendors. And I mean, you were there. You saw how awesome it was.
It felt like when Iowa City has their downtown block party. It really felt like that.
Yeah, and so we're going to do that for the 5 games this year. That's what we're talking about. Is so the first time we're doing this is the first Saturday home game, which is October 19th, and then obviously we're playing during the winter. So you're like, well, who wants to stand outside for 2 hours in January or December? And
I think that's a fair statement.
We've thought about this, and that's why if the weather's nice, we'll be outside. But the Hyatt's also going to be doing like basically a mini Fry Fest in the convention center, just like what we're having this Friday. So that November 30th game, which is our crispy bacon night, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be like bacon, pork, everything. Everything's going to be bacon and pork related, and we have some specialty jerseys too, which are going to be really something to see. They look awesome, but we're not trying to make people stand outside and freeze in late November in the afternoon. Come to the pregame party at the Hyatt, hang out for a couple hours, get your afternoon into early evening going, get a bite, get pork everything, eat bacon everything, and then go into Extreme Arena and let's continue the party and have a big win. So it's just about this year. The nights that we've planned, if you come, whether it's one of these 5 games that I kind of been talking about, or even if it's another one of the games, everything in the arena will be geared toward it, and that's something that I don't think as a staff we really had an opportunity to plan much over the last 3 years, and it's not easy to say that if it's Dash's birthday party that you're actually going to feel, or that's our mascot, you're actually going to feel like you're at someone's birthday party. Like everything in the arena, balloons, cake, concession items, party zone, like everything is going to feel like you're at the mascot's birthday and you're celebrating it. Just as if you come to Crispy Bacon Night, which is going to be my favorite night of the year, at least of right now.
You've brought it up like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep bringing it up. Everything is going to feel like you are at a bacon pork fest. Like everything, even from the music selection, like everything we're going to do is going to feel
bacon music.
It's going to be more country
bacon,
music.
I guess.
Well, bacon.
Was it Jonas Brothers? Who did bacon? One of the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, I might make a hit single just about my love of crispy bacon. I'm not opposed to stepping behind the mic and going in the recording studio. So everything we're going to be doing at our theme nights is going to be geared around those nights. And hey, again, if you haven't made it out yet. Hey, I don't blame you, because this is the year that you really want to make your way out. We have some awesome stuff planned.
Well, I know Iowa loves their bacon. Doesn't Des Moines have an annual bacon fest and it sells out every year?
Yep. I think Cedar Rapids does too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
So we're talking about bringing some of those people
awesome.
in. And
that's awesome.
I may have gone on Cameo and tried to find, if you ever saw the viral clip where Crispy Bacon, the news reporters talking about the pig crispy bacon. So he was on Cameo at one time. Unfortunately, he was a little bit older. So now there's new crispy bacons on Cameo, as we found.
So now that you're in your 4th season, I would imagine the intensity of the competition is a little bit bigger because you've established some rivalries over the years.
I don't think Kansas City particularly cares for it.
Their coach does not care for us. I can promise you that. The new team, we have a new team coming into the league in Bloomington, Illinois. So they're only 3 hours away. That's going to be like one of our new rivals.
Sure.
New rivals this year too. So they're only 3 hours away. That'll be our closest opponent. We play them like 15 times.
The home of Illinois State, by the way, Tommy Lang.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I hadn't thought about that. It's a good point.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Connections abound.
There you go.
Could be.
So, how's the roster shaping up? I mean, I've seen you've got a lot of signings. Is it completely full now, or is it almost there, or what's?
Almost there. We have about 20 players signed. You carry about 20 players throughout the season.
Okay.
So then also the Iowa Wild and the Minnesota Wild, because there are affiliates, of course. They have a couple, extras here or there, signed some extras, some players that we hope might make it here. But then if there's injuries, obviously that lessens the number. So
Right.
During training camp, we'll probably have, like every team, you get a few of those players down at some point from the AHL, and then it's their goal, like, hey, I got assigned to AA, I want to make it back up to AAA and
Sure.
then the NHL. So it's about full, but there's still some fish in the sea, hopefully.
I would imagine. So yeah. So when does the NHL season start? About the same time?
Yeah, about October 10th, and then we start about a week after. So our first game's on October 18th, which is a Friday, and then that big Saturday game is our first big thing that we wanted. We're going to sell it out. We're going to sell out our Saturday game on October 19th, and we're excited for that.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I've had people, especially the last month or so, like, when do the Heartlanders start? When is their first game? And I had no idea. So it's about mid-October, you said?
Mid-October, yeah. October 18th is the first, and then October 19th. So
when is the AHL game that you guys are hosting, that preseason game?
Yeah, that's right. That's thank you for reminding me. So actually, the first hockey event is on Thursday, October 3rd. And if I'm remembering right, every ticket in the building, no matter where you sit, $15. So if you want to sit first row, $15. If you want to sit, there's really not a bad seat in the building.
No,
if you want to sit in the 20th row or 15th row or however many rows it goes, is also $15. So that's on Thursday, October 3rd. And that's the AHL, so the Iowa Wild, our AHL affiliate, Minnesota Wild affiliate, top prospects of the Minnesota Wild against the top prospects of the Chicago Blackhawks, which is the Rockford Ice Hogs. So that's the first hockey event, and then 2 weeks later we get ourselves going.
That's awesome.
I'm pumped. Are you pumped?
I am pumped. And your home, your opening weekend, the football team's away, so I'm sure you scheduled it that way.
Yes. We tried to.
Yeah.
And if it's actually a good reminder, because I mentioned that we have like those, the block party before the Saturday game. So we're planning to have a huge projector, big screen TV set up, so that if you come to the block party, I think they play. I think it's Michigan State that weekend.
Western Michigan? Is that what? Let me see.
October 19th.
Michigan State.
Michigan State. Good memory.
I've got the schedule here.
Yeah. So if you come to the block party, we're going to have the game on. So come party with us, watch the game, be able to see it, have some good local food, some live music, all this other stuff going on, and then come right into Extreme Arena after hopefully a Hawkeye win over Sparty.
Yep, and it's exciting. You watch the NHL on TV, it's pretty cool, but boy, when you go to a game live, you see so much more than what a TV camera can project. Really.
Yeah, I think that it's a whole atmosphere. And Tommy, you're a hockey guy. You know this too. That it's like from the second you walk into the arena, it's sort of like there's some crispness in the air, and the sounds of the game, and the entertainment and the crowd, and how it kind of ebbs and flows and the hitting and the scoring and the passing. It's really just a completely different experience than going to a basketball game or a football game or a baseball game. It really just, there's something about it that is magical, and what made me fall in love with the sport when I was a kid. And I hope that the people listening will hopefully come out to a couple games this year and experience it that way, especially those Big Five games that we were talking about.
Well, and I don't see this at a lot of other sporting
Isn't
events.
there a crispy bacon night of some
Yeah,
sort?
crispy
That's
bacon.
what I've heard,
I've heard about it.
But I don't see this as much as any other sporting event in Eastern Iowa. The season ticket holders dressing up in like costumes and getting really into it, screaming, almost becoming a part of the game.
It really does, and
there's an energy that you can feed off that the rest of the crowd. They're almost like cheerleaders.
Yes, and what I will say is particularly about our season ticket holders is that the players get to know them too. So they know where Mark sits, and they know where, I could go on with, Todd sits, and that, Ben sits, all these guys that they've gotten to know so well. So they really do kind of become a part of the team and a part of the family, which is a really really unique thing as well. So again, we're excited. It's about a month away from when it truly starts getting going. But if you're thinking about making plans, you can start making your plans right now. Our schedule's out. A lot of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday home games, so not interfering with your work week in any way. And we're excited to. For season 4, I can't believe it felt like it was 3 years ago. I was sitting in here saying we can't wait for season 1, season 2.
And
now
you did a little
sudden,
bit of a tweaking of the start times because of feedback that you got from the fans.
That's right. So last year we experimented with doing more like, the Colonels play at 6:35 p.m. on the weekdays. We thought, maybe that does the 30 minutes make a difference? And we found out that, hey, summers, it's different, So we took that feedback. We pushed the start times back 30 minutes, 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on Saturday, so that you still, people are off from work. You're still, able to come, have some food. You're home by 9 p.m. Games take 2.5 hours at most, pretty much, 2 to 2.5 hours. So, we did some tweaking. And then Sundays, we got some feedback that with, church and people, maybe going out for brunch or whatever it looks like, that 3 p.m. is our new Sunday instead of 2 p.m., giving people an extra hour, get home, have some lunch, come on over to Extreme Arena, and, you're home by 5:30 p.m. pretty much with the Sunday game as well. So we're very interested in your feedback. If you've been to a game, and, maybe we did some surveys over the summer to kind of help us inform some of our decisions, but email any of us or call us in the office at any time. We want to hear your feedback, because we feel like, as a local, trying to be a local pillar in the community, that it doesn't mean anything if we're not taking your feedback and trying to apply that. So if you've ever been to a game and you've never given us feedback, or you've gotten a call from one of our salespeople and you haven't called them back yet, feel free to call them back and let them know your unfiltered thoughts. Hockey people do not get I can guarantee you one thing. Hockey people do not get offended by unfiltered thoughts. There's not a thought that hasn't been said that will offend us.
Diplomatically, they appreciate the passion.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We're passionate people.
Yeah, very much so. So weekend, the middle of October as the opening weekend. You go to iowaheartlanders.com. It's got all the information. Schedule's up. I noticed you got a lot of home games to finish up the season. That's cool.
Yep.
And, they'll be in the playoff hunt, hopefully, throughout the whole season, and it'd be good to see them hit the playoffs this year.
Looking forward to it, and looking forward to really, it kind of feels like the unofficial restart of sports season this week with football. So it'll carry all the way through to us.
All right, well, David, thanks for coming in,
thanks.
and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.